On the x-axis, you have got the force given by me, which is the force that I'm giving to push this object. And the same way, the frictional force, the opposing frictional force that is generating between the surface is actually plotted along the y-axis. What actually I'm doing here is, when I give like 1 Newton force, the frictional force is good enough to balance. Therefore, the opposing force will be of 1 Newton. The object will be rest, which means at static position. Then when I give like 2 Newton, that even in that situation the frictional force was good enough to balance it. Then there came a peak point where the frictional force wasn't good enough to balance that one, so the object started moving. So that peak point is called the static friction. Okay, once the motion has begun, as I have told you, it will become easy for us to push it, which means the opposing frictional force has reduced by some degree. Okay, so after the motion has begun, the frictional force will be less when compared to that of the static friction. So that less frictional force that is given on that particular object is called as kinetic friction. Okay,